As you approach your 40s and 50s, are you wondering, do I need to be taking care of my liver? Today I want to cover what you can be eating to support your liver naturally and why it's so important to support your liver as you age. Definitely stay until the end because I'm going to be sharing one key element of eating that you may not be thinking about that is crucial for liver detox. I May here, nerdy dietitian and functional medicine practitioner. If you haven't already, make sure you grab my must-have food guide. You can grab it down below for getting started on this nourishing journey, all the things you need in your kitchen and how you should start thinking about it. So why is it that we must support our liver as we age? 20% of Americans have something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this actually increases in women as we hit menopause, as opposed to men whose risks stay pretty much the same throughout their lives. The liver is a detox organ, we know that. So things from the environment, pollution from air, water, food, all the chemicals we're exposed to do have to go through our liver to get out of our body again. Also the things we make toxins in our body. We also have metabolites that have to be excreted after we've used them. And that includes hormones that we've used, including estrogen, testosterone, your thyroid hormones, cortisol as well. The other thing the liver does, it helps us break down fat so we can use it to make hormones. Think about that. It also helps us break down fat so we can use it for energy. We get twice as much energy out of fat than we do carbs and protein. That's only if you're digesting it properly. Lastly, having enough digestion of fat also helps you properly absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, which is all the rage right now from a bone health perspective and from a COVID perspective. Vitamin E, super healthy for the heart. It's an antioxidant as well. Vitamin K, important for bone health. And vitamin A, super important for immunity, for skin health, all of the above. I cover all of the changes that our hormones go through in perimenopause and menopause in my first video on how to prevent weight gain. But one of the things that's so important in this process of hormones fluctuating is helping the liver do all the detoxing of hormones so that if you're estrogen dominant, you can get rid of that estrogen strategically and not stay in that imbalanced state. Another thing that's really important of why the liver is so crucial for females is 1 out of 4 women in their middle ages have low thyroid, hypothyroidism, and a lot more women than that actually have poor thyroid conversion. Only 20% of your active thyroid hormone is actually made directly in the thyroid. The rest of the 80% is converted into active thyroid hormone. And a lot of that actually does happen in the liver. So if your liver isn't healthy, you also might have low levels of active thyroid hormone as a result. And the thyroid regulates the rate at which you detox. What should we do to support our liver? How should we eat? You've heard me talk about bok choy and garlic in my other video on the 5 best foods to eat for perimenopause and menopause. But here it is again. If you eat sulfur-rich foods, and that includes anything in the cabbage category of foods, anything in the onion, garlic category of foods, you are supporting liver detox by supporting something called sulfation, which is something that happens in phase 2, liver detox. You're also supporting the making of glutathione, which is your body's master antioxidant. It protects your liver. It's also directly involved in phase 1 and phase 2 detox of the liver. So super critical to support glutathione. One of the things people don't think about is remember that the radish family, so that's like the things that you put on your tacos, and I love eating daikon. There's watermelon radish, super yummy on salads. Anything in that category of radishes also fits under the cabbage family. Helping your bile to flow is going to help you get rid of toxins through bile. It's also going to help you digest fat. Those 2 main functions of the liver, super important to have that bile on board. So one of the things you can do is eat something called cholegogues. These are foods that help to make bile flow. These are things like beets, beet greens. They contain something called betaine, which actually helps you make bile. Anything in the bitter category, dandelions, arugula, things like fennel, apple, also things like fenugreek and ginger. On Instagram, I'm going to be sharing my favorite happy liver, happy bile salad. So keep an eye out for that. A third category food of how to keep your liver happy as you age is to be eating organ meats. I know you're thinking, wait, eating chopped liver is good for my liver? What? Actually, it's true. Liver is by far one of the most nutritious of all the organ meats. The reason why eating liver is so important for liver detox is you actually get a ton of B vitamins from liver, especially folate and B12. You also get choline, which is super important for phase 2 liver detox, and you get a ton of vitamin A. There are people out there genetically, like me, who can't convert beta carotene into vitamin A very well, but eating liver is the form of vitamin A that you don't have to convert. And vitamin A is super crucial in a step in liver detox between phase 1 and phase 2 in dealing with intermediates. So sometimes between phase 1 and phase 2, you actually create more toxic compounds. If those don't get processed efficiently, they can cause even more cellular damage. And these intermediates can be neutralized by things like vitamin A. If you don't like liver, there are a few things you can do. You can try eating other organ meats like heart, or giblets, or tongue. The other thing is I sometimes have my clients buy liver crisps. You can buy them online, 100% grass-fed is a must. You can also buy liver capsules, and that would be more of a supplement. I like to sneak in organ meats into ground meat and make meatballs or spaghetti sauce, and there's even local stores that will sell it all blended together, so you can easily feed your family liver without them even knowing. Pretty cool. If you're just like, no, I'm not doing any liver, I'm vegan, I don't touch that kind of stuff, the runner-ups to these kinds of foods that are still going to be good sources of things like B vitamins are going to be things like beans, dark leafy greens. Egg yolks is another great source of choline. So these are some alternatives. Fourth category of food that's going to make your liver super happy and support you is going to be alkalizing foods. On the pH scale 0 to 14, 7 is neutral. There are certain foods that are more alkaline, meaning above 7, and there are certain foods below 7, more acidic. The liver likes to be at a pH of about 6.9. It means all of the enzymes in the liver doing the detox work, they don't work as well if the pH isn't in that optimal range. The other thing about pH, which is super important for detox in general, is after your liver has done all the packaging up, making all those fat-soluble toxins now water-soluble, it puts it into bile or it puts it into your serum, your blood, to send it to the kidneys to help you pee it out. We have found if we alkalize urine by eating more alkaline, we actually can do something called ion trapping, which allows us to not reabsorb toxins in the kidneys, helps us excrete more toxins. Now, what do you eat? This is the gist of it. Plant-based foods are more alkalizing. I do eat meat, but meat tends to be more acidic. So eating plant-based, no matter what diet you subscribe to, is going to be alkalizing. Specific foods, believe it or not, dark leafy greens, your lemon. Lemon is one of the only things that's acidic outside of the body and alkalizing in the body. So drinking lemon water in the morning with some ginger, yes, actually is helpful for the liver. Okay, now if you're a fan of coffee, coffee is very acidic. So the trick to eating acidic foods is to be adding a little bit of baking soda to them to help neutralize that. And you can actually check your first morning urine, stick a little test strip in your urine, and you can actually check the pH of it very easily. So you want the pH of your urine to be closer to 6 or above. If it's in the 5 or 4 range, you've got some work to do. All right, the last category, this is the one you've been waiting for, of secrets of how to make your liver happy, is water. Clean water. So there is no way for toxins to leave your body via poop, pee, or sweat if you're slightly dehydrated or really dehydrated. It is crucial, again, super overlooked. Number one cause of daytime fatigue, dehydration. Chapped lips, dehydration. Dry skin, dehydration. Daytime headaches, dehydration. So if you have any of those things, just know your liver is like suffering, because if you don't get those toxins out of the body, what happens? They get reabsorbed, and you need the water to be really flushing it out on that final step of elimination. So make sure your water is clean. Don't be drinking it out of plastic. Get a good filter at home. A home filtering system for the whole house would be fantastic. I'll link below my filter at home because I really do believe it's one of the better ones. But do your homework. You can go on ewg.org, shop for a filter based on what your municipal water district tells you your water has. So I hope that was super helpful. Let me know what you thought of all of this, and we'll see you on the next video.